Welcome back to the channel. Today we will be going through Cambridge IGCSE October November 2025 paper 3-2. So this is a calculator paper. So all the calculations you can use your calculator. So let's start with the first question that we have here. This is ABC are points on a circle. You can see the circle here. Write down the mathematical name for the line OC. As you can see, O is at center and point C is on the circle. So this is a radius. So we will write down here. This is radius. Now write down the mathematical name for line AB. Now if you look at line AB, both the points are on the circle and it does not pass through the center O. So this is a chord. If it passes through center, then it will be a diameter. So this is a chord. Now write down all the factors of 32. So we will see when we multiply, like 1 times 32, it's 32. Then it can be divided by 2. 2 times 16 is 32. Then we cannot divide it by 3. Then we can divide by 4. 32. All those numbers that you get here are the factors. So we can divide by these numbers to 36 exactly, that no remainder is there. So 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16 and 32. Now number 3, write one of these symbols less than, greater than or equal in each statement to make it correct. So there is a simple way. You either convert decimals to fractions or like fraction to decimal to compare them to avoid any mistakes. So what we will do, easier part is to divide 2 by 3 and get the decimal part. So this is 0.66 and 6. So this you can see we will make it 4 digits, 4 decimal places. So this one is less than the 0.667, right? Now 1 divided by 8, it gives you 1.25, and this side we have percentage, so that means 12.5% is over 100. So decimal will be shifted 2 units left hand side. So they are both equal, you can see easily. Now this is 0.875, and when I divide this one other side, here we have 0.8875. so which one is greater? I can add 0 here. So this is 0.87, this is 0.88. so obviously this one is greater. So our sign is going to face the greater on the, towards right hand side. Okay. Now we have number 4. Write down the coordinates of P. So whenever we have the coordinates, first we write always x coordinate, then there is a y coordinate. So x axis is here, the or is horizontal. So I will drop down line from P towards the x axis. So we have coordinate of x is 2, and then we go towards y axis, then we see y is 3. So final answer is going to be -2 and 3. Make sure you write the x coordinate first, then you write y coordinate. Now part B, on the grid draw the line y equals to x. Y equals to x means whatever we get the value of x, the same is value of y. When x is 1, y is 1, right? So x is 1, y is 1, x2, y2, x3, y3. Similarly x minus 1, y minus 1. So then we are going to join all these lines using a ruler. So all these points we are going to join to make a straight line, like this, right? So that part B is done. Now see, on the grid draw the line that goes through P and perpendicular to y equals to x axis, y equals to x. So now you just need to place your from point P. So place your ruler at point P, and then you can also use your set square here to make the line perpendicular. So what I am going to do here, I am just using this because ruler, so it can go in the middle here. So this line is going to be perpendicular to from P to the line, right? So that is done. Now let's see what we have next. Here we have solve this 8x equals to 5. So we will divide both sides by 8, so it will be 8x over 8, and here we will have 5 over 8. So final answer is 5 over 8. Now x plus 8 equals to 5. So x is 5 minus 8. X is equal to minus 3. So x is minus 3. Number 6, we are given some numbers here. From the list of the numbers, write down a square number. Now, you know what is square number. Square number is a number that we can write it when we multiply to itself. Like 1 square is 1, right? 4 can be written as 2 squared. So these are the square numbers. So in this case here, for our case, we have to take number only from here. So I can see here 1 can be written as 1 square, and then we have, do we have any other number? Yeah, here 81, that can be written as 9 square. So we have 1 or 81. Also 0 can be considered because 0 square is also 0. Okay. Now find the value of 39 raised to power 0. So we know we have the rule of exponent. Anything raised to power 0 is 1. So 39 raised to power 0 is 1. And a prime number. So prime number, we can see here we have only one prime number, which is 59. So prime numbers are the numbers that cannot be divided by any other number except 1 and the number itself, right? Now calculate 361 square root plus 1. 361 square root is 19 plus 1. So it is 20. Number 8, complete these statements. 65,000 centimeters to meters. Basically we are converting from meters to centimeters. So as you know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So when we convert from meter to centimeter, we divide, but we are converting from centimeter to meter. So we will divide it by 100. So when I divide this by 100 here, these two zeros are gone. So we have 650 meters. Now from liters to milliliters. So when we have the unit, 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliters, right? So we are going to multiply by 1000. So 325 over 100 when you move the decimal, and times 1000. So this is gone. So we have 3250 milliliters, right? I hope that's clear. Now shape A is a quadrilateral with only one pair of parallel lines. So we have here shape A is quadrilateral with only one pair of parallel lines. Write down the mathematical name of this shape. So this is a trapezium. We have only this shape which has only one pair of parallel lines. It looks like this. It can be an isosceles trapezium or it can be the other one. So this is the shape. Now shape B is a quadrilateral. There is another shape B is a quadrilateral with two pair of parallel lines. All four sides are equal, no right angle triangle. Now with all four sides we have two figures on two quadrilaterals only. One is this square, another one is a rhombus. So now this one condition is satisfied, the middle one, for all two pair of, both have two pair of parallel lines like this and this, also parallel. Here also opposite sides are parallel to each other, right? Now no right angle. Here in a square we have right angle, but here we do not have right angle in a rhombus. So that means our shape is a rhombus. Now number 10, the bar chart shows the frequency of each score on a spinner. You can see frequency along y-axis, and along x-axis we have, this is y-axis and this is x-axis, we have a score on spinner. Calculate the mean score. So now for the mean score we will use the formula here. Mean is sigma f times x over sigma f. This is summation of frequencies times x. Okay, so let's see the this bar here is, this is 7, this is 5, height of these bars, this is 8, 9, and we have 6 over here. So what we are going to do, we are going to multiply, this is the frequency here. So 7 times 1, or you can say 1 times 7 plus 2 times 5 plus 3 times 8 plus 4 times 9 plus 5 times 6, and divided by the total of the frequencies. So total of the frequencies, we are given, how much is that? Are we given? No, we can add them. So when you add this, all these frequencies, that is 7 plus 5 plus 8 plus 9 plus 6, right? So then we just calculate it. So this is this comes out to be 107 over 35. Because this is a calculator paper, so we can easily we can calculate everything. To 3 significant figure, I will write down here 3.06, right? Hope that's clear now. So I would request you guys, if you are new to the channel, kindly subscribe and just give please a moment to give your feedback in the comment section. It will support us a lot. Thank you so much for watching. So let's start number 11. We have y equals to 3t square plus 2m. Find the value of y when t is 6 and m is 3. We are given the values of the variable. Y is 3, t square plus 2m. So we are just going to replace these variables by the number given. T is given 6, so 6 squared, then 2m, m is negative 3. So this is 3 times 6 times 6, it's 36 minus 6. Okay, so it's 108 minus 6, that is 102 is the final answer, right? Simple. Number 12. The table shows the results of survey about the color of 90 cars in car park. Color of the car, frequency, and then we have this pie chart, the third column. Complete the table, so meaning we are going to find out this angle. So now we have given the frequency. This frequency is out of 90 because we are given total 90 cars. So the first one, for the black, we will have 16 out of 90 times, we are looking for the angle, so times 360. So 9 times 4, 16 times 4, this is 64. We got this 64 degrees. Similarly, we will find out for the white. For the white, it's going to be 34 over 90 times 360. Again times 4, multiply 34 times 4, it's 136, right? Then we have the other is 40 over again 90 times 360. So this is 4, this is 160, right? Now complete the pie chart. So pie chart is here. So you can see that 64. So you just place your protractor at this point, like this. Here you get the angle of 64. So you draw an angle of 64 here, right? Then you place your compass here, then you make an angle 136. So it's like almost like this. So this is 136 and this will remain 160, right? So this is how we can do. 64 is black, this one is black, and this 136 is white, and this part is the others, right? This is how you are going to complete the pie chart, right? Hope that's clear. Now number 13, find the value of 8 power 5. So just plug in the values 8 power 5 in your calculator. and then you write it into the three significant figures. So this is 32,768. So three significant figures, we will write it down here, 32800, because this one is greater than 6 is greater than 5, so we will add 1 on the left hand digit, right? Now number 14, Ada works from Monday to Friday. Her working hours each day are 8 to 12:30 and 13:30 to 17. Find the number of hours she works in 5 days. So as you can see, from 8 to, we will count from 8 to 12:30, it is 4 hours, 4.5 hours, right? 4.5 hours. And then 13:30 to 17, this is 3.5 hours. So total is total in a day is 7 plus 4 plus 3 7, and then this is 8. So 8, then 5 times a day, so 5 times 5, so this is going to be 40 hours, right? Now part B, Ada is paid $15.20 per hour. Work out these for 5 days. So this is very simple. She works 40 hours, so 1 hour is paid 15.20. So just multiply and you will get the answer. This is 608. Now on Saturday she paid 1.5 times her normal hourly rate. Work out her hourly rate for of pay for Saturdays. So for Saturday, this is 3/2 times of the normal. So for Saturday we have the rate is 3/2 of the normal rate was 15.20. So she has been paid, it comes out to be 22.80, right? So that's how you can solve it, just to multiply the normal rate by 3/2. Now Ada changes 370 euro into dollars. Okay, the exchange rate is $1 equals to 0.925 euros. So we have here we have euros, let me write, and this side we have dollars. So euros are, we have euro is $1 is equivalent to 1.925, right? So we are looking for 370 euros. So how much will be that? Then you cross multiply. So this is x times 0.925 equals to 370, and x will be 370 divided by 0.925, which comes out to be 400. So $400 she will receive. So that's it for this video, guys. Hope you understand everything. Kindly give a moment to give your feedback and thumbs up, and share it with your friends. Thank you so much, guys. Be blessed.